money. I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
Okay, so let's unbox this. Kind of excited. It's a very cool thing, and for me extremely useful, because the main thing about using a diagnostic tool is knowing what it's telling you and where it's leading you. So let's open up the box. Got a nice carry case, pretty steady, rubberized handle, very nice indeed. It says Topdon. Topdon. I don't know if they know that what a Topdon is in the UK. Oh, look at that! That's a bit cool, isn't it? Just realised kids' breakfast still on the table. Very nice. Look at that. Proper chunky, rubberised. Got a little bit of carbon fibre finish. Don't think it is carbon fibre. We've got a speaker in the bottom there. Got some specifications. Slot for an SD, I think, judging by the fact that there's an SD card sort of, yes, SD spot. So that's handy if you're capturing anything. Oh, on the top you've got camera button. You've got Type C, HDMI, so you could connect it to a bigger screen. A DC power pack plug, so another USB. You can fire it straight onto your LAN network if you want. Earphones, and that looks like the power on, and a little microphone. That's a good idea. So you've got a bit of metal there to connect that. Type C in the back, and because of the metal, it's got a magnet. Pretty cool. I'm impressed with that. Give it a shake. Not bad. That little stand, you could probably hook that with your steering wheel, I reckon. That means you can put it at that angle of the dangle. Hey, it feels really good quality. Oh, there's a camera there. Well, let's turn it on. And whilst it's turning on, ooh, look at that, that's fancy. We'll have a quick look in there. So, we've got in here, power pack, UK socket, nice to see, and an extender. So in some cars you can't get the that connector, the unit might be a bit bulky, so this is obviously a lot slimmer, and then you can plug into that. It's just an extender cable, but that's pretty cool. We have got a USB to Type C cable, which I have millions of. Well, not millions, that's probably a bit of an exaggeration. If I had millions, I could sell them all for £1. It'll be loaded. There's a user manual, should really read that. And another manual. Gives you some basics in there. But overall, very nice indeed. And you get a free packet of silica gel, which is always a big plus for me. I mean, I'm always looking for silica gel. Right, let's put these goodies back in the goodie box. Very nice indeed. Gosh, it just feels very good quality, I will say. Obviously you guys can't tell, but it's very nice. Right, shut that. Let's have a look at that. Ooh, many functions. Diagnostics. Right, okay. So it wants me to plug in the tool. Maintenance, plug in the tool. Update, plug in the tool. Folder. Oh, that works. That means you can save data and then replay it in real time. That's very cool and very useful. Library, DTC repair guide. Okay, so you can put your codes in. So P0400 classic. Let's see. My fat fingers, what's going on? There you go. Talks about EGR valve and what it's actually like guided fault finding. So P0400 is classic EGR fault where the EGR gets blocked. So here, repair reports. Replace the EGR solenoid valve. That's the top reported. Frequent reported fixes. Repaired the wiring harness, cleaned the EGR passage, replaced the vacuum lines. Some EGRs are vacuum powered. And then tells you some more and gives you some sort of guided steps. That's flipping awesome. There's not many tools that give you that. I'm impressed. That's really handy. And this is aimed at home users, so that's awesome. Technical service bulletins. I wonder if there are any. Let's try my wife's car. You might notice I already connected this to the interwebnet. I might have had a sneaky look. I got a bit excited. I was like, oh, this looks good. So, put in the shed's date. It's a 2009. Next, let's just see. There we go. So it's got some technical service bulletins. Let's just pick lots of ones on steering. There we go. There's a good one. So we're going to look at that. Technical. That's a genuine VW one. So a lot of these technical service bulletins from the manufacturers were obviously not free for everybody to have, but obviously over time these have probably become. Oh, sorry, I need the chair that I'm balanced on, and I've just knocked the table. But over time, these become like allowed. They're no longer licensed. So there's lots of information in there. Telling you what the fault code is. So this is saying that dodgy camshaft sensor or crankshaft sensor, and then the technical service bulletin is obviously from America, and then it shows you how to take it off. I'm just looking at that engine, looks like a petrol, but I might be wrong. Shows you some of the repairs. That is awesome. To be able to have that for an older car, you're getting genuine Volkswagen technical service data. That is sweet. Very nice. Warning light library. Tells you what all the lights are. That's got one of the ones if you click on one. What I need to do, just shows you what it looks like. This is, I mean, you guys probably think, you know what all these are, but that's sometimes not the case. And if this is sort of aimed at the home market, the DIYer, this is going to tell you what these things are and what the light is, which is really handy for a lot of people. And I've got to admit, even I've been out of the trade a little bit, it gives you, even gives you a little description, what that does, what it means. Gosh, that's so cool. If you're new to cars, this is a fantastic library to help you out. Very impressed. So when Topdon contacted me, I kind of had very low expectations because I've dealt with a lot of Chinese diagnostic tools, and quite often they're not great. But so far, this is quite impressive. That is something that I've been in garages, and their diagnostic tool doesn't have that data. So I think what we'll do, I kind of looked through it. What's the tester do? Oh, I noticed this. So you can buy an add-on, and you can do like your battery test with it. I thought that was quite cool. I don't know how much that tool is, but I'd be interested to try it out. Very useful as it's winter now, and the lead acid batteries die all the time in the cold weather. And what we'll do, I think we'll go and take it and plonk it in the Tiguan. I know that there's a fault with that, so we can plug it in. We can actually try out and see what fault codes we have, and hopefully we can register this little chappy here. So very cool so far. Right, let's just turn it off. Nice. Impressed so far. Okay, so we've got the diagnostic tool and the old Tiguan here. I'm doing this without a what do you call it, tripod or anything. I'm just holding it with my hand, so you have to bear with me. Right, first things first, I'm just going to start this up because my wife's had this clean. Can you believe it? Go on girl, go on girl. There we go. Beautiful. Now we've got an engine check light on. So let's get this Topdon, the Grand Fromage, the main man. No, it's the Topdon. Let's get the old Topdon out. So let's do this on this car. Let's just press on. So if you don't know, most diagnostic ports on the whole are around here somewhere. Sometimes they're hiding behind panels. This one actually isn't. Sometimes they're down here or on the other side. But on this one, if I remember rightly, it's just there. Just there. See, it looks like that. So we're going to take this out of here and pop that into the diagnostic port. That's a nice little beam. It's got some lights on. Okay. See what the Topdon says. Right. So this old girl, this car is like still keeps on trucking on. It just keeps going, but it's starting to cost me a little bit of money. No, it won't hold on to there. What about onto? Oh, it kind of does. No. What about on here? Oh, that's not too bad. Right, so first things first are, right, most cars don't like to be running when they're doing the diagnostic check. So I would just turn it off and run it with the ignition on, okay? So let's Topdon this bad boy. Please activate VCI. So says network error. Probably can't get the. Now I'm wishing I read the instructions because I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Because it says connect the VCI, activate VCI. But I don't know what I'm doing something wrong, or it might not like the fact that I'm not on the internet to activate it. So I'm just going to attempt that, and then once I've worked out what it is, I'll tell you. Okay, so I've worked this out. You've got to plug the VCI into the OBD, basically the Bluetooth unit that's in the back. You plug it into the back of there. You've got to make sure you're on the internet, and then I'm just updating the firmware now just to make sure we're up to the latest version, and then I'll show you exactly how I did it. Right, okay, it's happy now. Okay, so to connect the unit that plugs into your OBD, go to user info, VCI management in there, and basically you've just got to make sure this one, it tells you the device name. You hit that plus, it'll tell you to connect via Bluetooth, and that's it, it's done. And it does it all itself. Then I just kind of made sure that we were up to date. So I don't know if you need to use the internet every time you use this, because obviously that's kind of can be restrictive, but for the best use, I guess you want to be on the internet so you can use all the options. So I'm going to go into diagnostic. Oh, it's got a little demo button, so should we press that, see what it does? We'll go, this is a manual. Oh, hang on a minute, let's come out of here, let's work it out ourselves. So it's a European one. It is a well, I'm going to put Volkswagen because why wouldn't you? T1. Okay, let's go. Why is that not working? Unless you just put in Volkswagen. No. It's not a good start, is it? VW? Search. No vehicle. What am I doing wrong? Auto VIN. Ah, right, okay, there we go. Oh, right, okay. Alright, hang on. I'll start again. Okay, so it's been a little impatient. It's nothing to do with it at all. So, obviously this is the first time I've ever used it. You've got to go in and update everything. And it's got quite a lot of manufacturers' support here. And these are individual packs that do whatever is required. So, this particular one, I'm just downloading the VW ones. It's going to take a little while because my internet sucks. So I might return to the house and update it there. I'm hoping that works. It might not work though, I'm just thinking. Because, does it matter if you unplug the VCI? Let me try. Hello and welcome back. I know for you it was a second, but it's been 3 days for me. Lots of stuff happened. I forgot Lydia's MOT was due. I had to take the T1 for that, so I've not got the car in for that. But I did use this to give it a cheeky little scan before it went for MOT. I plugged into my Vauxhall Vivaro. This one's and I plugged in the unit there, which is behind this dash panel on the Vivaro. And here we have the interface. I'll go back one so you can just kind of see it. So it looks like this. We press Diagnostics. Now you can go through and kind of look and individually work out your car, and there's literally everything on there. But you can go auto VIN selection, and it will read the control unit, and it will give you what the VIN number is. Now it knows that this is made by multiple people, this vehicle, so it is a Vauxhall, it's the British version. So now it's going to give me some basic things about what the van is, what the control module is. I've got battery voltage up here. We've got hot functions. This is a Euro 6. I think it's an LQI. I don't know what this means. Oh, right, okay, so stop start. Let's go back in there. It's definitely got stop start though. All right, okay, so you can do stuff with the HVAC. So let's go to control unit. So you can look at all the individual control units if you want to. You can hit auto scan, and then we can automatically scan this control unit. Now, this van has had a big problem with the EGR valve and nearly broke down in the process, and then it ran for a while with a dodgy EGR because they were on back order and we needed the van. So there's likely to be quite a few faults in here, but there's no engine light on because basically all those faults are historic and the EGR has since been replaced. I'm guessing it's got a USB, it's Bluetooth, and it's got DAB radio, but I think it's that one. We'll find out in a minute. No. Oh, it's got 6 faults in the radio. What a surprise. Here we go. So we've got quite a few faults it's found. So let's look at the report. Oh, so here we can actually say we had a customer. We could put in all their details, what the vehicle is, how many miles it's done, and what the issue is, and then it will produce a document for us like this. So you could use this in a garage. It tells you all about what all the faults are. So let's have a little look in the engine control unit. Diagnostic color faults. Okay, so we've got accelerator, pedal position sensor, control module torque system circuitry performance, and control module monitoring process performance. That sounds like the ECU for some reason has struggled at processing data. So let's have a little look here. So on here it's got some cool things where we can click on and it will take us to the OBD codes so we can find them. That's quite cool. Now I will say this hasn't had any issue with the ECU. In fact, the only time the engine check light came on was when the EGR went down. But it was probably going mental Yeah, this generic powertrain typically applies to many OBD vehicles. That may include, but not limited to. Right, it just tells you what the vehicles are. That is the oldest body control engine control unit I've ever seen. Yeah, drivability issues, reduction in fuel efficiency, harsh erratic automatic transmission. Well, it's not an auto, so, but yeah, we had all of those faults. So that's quite good. So it's taking you there. You can also go in the browser and check out Peppa Pig if you need to whilst you're working, which is always a positive, or whoever this learn is with Miss Rachel. And then obviously you've got Topdon's website on there. But we'll go back to the diagnostics, which is here. Let's go and look at some of the other modules. Airbag. Let's have a look. One fault. Could also be because when the EGR was done, we had to disconnect the battery. Airbag malfunction indicator stuck low. See, look, it'll show you here what the history is of it, and that basically it's not current, so it's not a fault that's still there. You'll get a lot of spurious faults when you have a flat battery as well, or you disconnect a battery. Instrument cluster, let's have a look at that one. DTC display. Yeah, seatbelt indicator short to ground. Do you know, the other thing is, I wonder, because it did have a recall done to it, I wonder if that was part of it, and then nobody in the dealership bothered to clear it down after. Let's have another look at this one. Body control module. Yeah, all of these are historic. Turn signal. See, I've never had any problems with any of these. Battery current sensor. So it's obviously been nearly flat. I did run it flat once because I left the lights on. Let's have a look in here. DAB. Yeah, well, see, I took the aerial off a while ago to go in a double, into, not a double, what's the word? Multi-storey car park. Microphone. Same thing, these are all historic codes. So, nothing there to worry about. It's very good though, this, I will say. So let's clear. We can either go in and individually clear, or we can just clear all the faults at once, or we can press show all the faults at once, which is nice. So let's clear the DTCs. Clearing. This is going through, doing its thing. I wonder if my radio would be happy now. Look, I will say the stereo in this van is pretty good. It's not bad. Sounds nice. I've been very happy with this van. I had a Transport before, T5, and I will say I think this is nicer to drive than the T5. But you pay a premium for a T5. Right, okay, so we've got no fault codes. Let's turn the engine on, off and on. Just good practice. Here we go. We're going to have a go at resetting that service. Oh, look at the dust on this thing. Needs a valet, doesn't it? Service required. Right, okay. So let's rescan this bad boy. Hopefully, we shouldn't have any naughty faults in there now. Now, let's have a look at what that does. I have no idea what that does. What's this do? Okay, that's for feedback. If you notice the model year or something, or it failed to read a code, that's quite good. That's the control VCI that's plugged in. Okay, so I wonder if we press report now, and we'll just confirm it. Will it? Yeah, look. So it shows pre-scan. Oh, hang on a minute. Right, okay, so we would save one before and then save one after, I guess. It's even got a little QR code. That's quite clever. Gosh, this is really good. When you think about how much money it is, when you think a snap-on one is an absolute fortune, of things it can do. We'll try it on the Tiguan as well. I took it to my friend's garage yesterday when we were getting the MOT, and we tried it on some other vehicles there, and it worked really, really well. And they were really surprised that this is for a home user. And also, it connects to the internet and goes onto their server. So I would love to try it on like a newer Range Rover to see if, because a lot of tools, even the snap-on ones, can't go on there. So I'd like to try it on that. But we've got this. Obviously, Topdon sent it to me to try out. So we'll do a few videos, never mess around with it, and see how we get on. So yeah, I hope this video has been useful to you, and please like and subscribe. Yesterday, you know, my studio where I do all the filming is basically my shed, and I haven't put the patio in front of the shed yet, so the door doesn't quite fully open, and I was in and out, and then I pulled the door halfway and just walked straight into it. So that's not great. Just a quick one, the Topdon, they're going to give us a link. Hopefully by the time I've edited this video, there'll be a link and a discount code as well, and they're offering all Nerd in Motion viewers £100 off, which is pretty awesome. So I so far am pretty impressed. Obviously my van's a bit obscure, so I didn't expect it to have loads of stuff, but if you've got a VW, I messed around with Lydia's car and it's got loads and loads of stuff on there, and you can do long coding on it as well, which you can't on just many other tools. So it's not bad. I'm quite impressed. You also get a full year's upgrades that every time you turn it on, you're getting the latest information, and also it's only 120 quid to extend that if you want it for more time. So I'll put all the information that I got from Topdon in the description below, and like I say, we'll keep using it. I'll use this throughout the year and we'll see how we get on. But I'd like to try the battery tester thing that logs onto here. Gosh, that is a right bump on my head. Right, see you later.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar.